All right, what's up, guys? I'm here with my main man, Luke. This guy is an absolute savage. In this video, we're going to break down everything he's accomplished in the last year. He went from being at $5K a month to over $200,000 cash collected. And the crazy part is, guys, just a couple years ago, he was a Trader Joe's. And so welcome in, Luke. I'm excited to break down and break some people's limiting beliefs because you're an absolute savage.
Yeah. Thanks, Boris. Yeah, no, I appreciate you. It's been quite a wild ride literally last year working with you one-on-one. And truthfully, the best decision I've ever made in my life, like in terms of any business, financial, like entrepreneurship, agency owner, videography stuff, truly the best decision I've ever made. So,
man, let's go, man. So, dude, the real goal of this whole thing is to hype you up and just really show people what's possible, right? I want you to give people a breakdown, right? Because a year ago, you were just selling video retainers and one-off shoots, right?
Yep.
Okay. And how was business while you were selling those things?
So there was a quote that I learned a few months before which helped I learned it from Joel, who learned it from you. It's not about being the best. It's about being the best known. You have to become the best known. And so I took that and ran with it from advice that you gave me as well. And just everybody had to know what I was doing. When I did that, I was able to go from four-ish K a month to, as soon as investing with you too, to 15 to 20 K a month just by becoming the best known. I talked to everybody and everybody knew exactly what I did. And so that's how it's really started. And then from there, it's then you implement ads. Once you implement ads and you have a mindset, I told you when I first invested with you a year ago, I was like, Boris, I will be your top testimonial. Watch. And then you go in with that mindset, and every single time you told me to, Luke, go do this, I sent you the salute emoji and I said on it. And that's literally all it really takes. Dude, no back steps, no what about this? No, just implement it and it seems to work.
That's the crazy thing about Luke, guys. I do want to break down the reason clients win, and I'm sure it's the same thing with your clients who are winning the most. Luke just trusted the process, right? So when you bet on yourself, you have to go all in on the actual investment and actually trusting the person. And so when I was like, Luke, you got to up ad spend because the ads are working, he always hit me with this emoji, the salute emoji, and he just did it. He upped ad spend. I'm like, Luke, you got to bring on the videographer because your time is scattered. He just did it. He's just like, all right. I'm like, Luke, you got to go and do Zoom calls instead of in-person meetings. He did it. And it fascinated me. I was so fascinated by the trust. It's crazy, bro.
It comes down to this. And I had one client that just signed up with me told me the same thing. And it was like, oh, whoa, okay. That's the best answer I've ever heard. I asked him why he signed up. And he was like, oh, if it worked for somebody else, it could work for me too.
100.
That's beautiful. Thank you. So it's the same thing here. It's if it worked for somebody else, with your other clients, it will work for me too. And it did.
Yeah. Imagine that, man. Imagine that. And so, Luke, tell people what's the difference between selling just retainers and one-off shoots and being a commodity and versus selling what I call now the hybrid method, which is local ads and content, the combination.
Ready for this? All right. When you're doing one-off shoots, because I did this living in San Diego, a ton of entrepreneurs, online fitness coaches, and small business owners. I was doing packages of 10 to 30 videos for. Nothing was recurring. Majority was just one-off shoots until we finished all their videos. This is what happens when you're just doing solely videography. This is your Instagram page. You're posting, trying to reach all these different people, hoping that either your post goes viral or it reaches your right person, your right audience right now. When you run ads, the hybrid model with local ads, now instead of you having to go ask for shoots and go market yourself, cold DMs, free videos, all this kind of stuff. Now you have ads, which bring your audience here, seeing your page every single day for what you do. You become the best known from ads. And that's how you can grow. And then it's a dial. You want more leads, you want more followers coming in every single day, more potential clients, you turn up your ads. So just videography, you're going to stay stuck over and over trying to find the next client. You don't have a predictable way of bringing clients inbound. You can if you're relying on word of mouth referrals, of them referring you. No, that's not how you scale to 200K months in a year.
100%, dude. It's crazy. And so, yeah, 100% agreed. And that's when everything started taking off. And Dude, I remember you came out to the Miami event, and I'll have a picture pop up here where me and you are on a yacht, and you were like at this event, and you hit your first 20K month, and you were just like so hyped. And the thing is, a lot of people slow down when they hit 20, 30, 40, 50K a month. You were just like, you're like a battery, bro. Like the more it gets, like the more you make, the more like it charges up, and the more like energy you have to go and make a bigger impact in your city. And so, what do you think is the thing that really drives you?
Oh, this is going to be a good one. A couple different things. I still feel broke, number one, which is going to, if anybody's listening to this, like if you know, even if you're at 100, 150K a month, you still feel broke because you go talk to your friend, they're at 300K a month or more. I still feel broke, even though like it is what it is there. But that kind of fuels me. But what also fuels me is my past. Like, if I could be real, like I was married. I'm 23 now. I was married for a year, and during that marriage, we rushed into marriage. We went the full perfect Christian way and everything. Once we moved in, like I started my entrepreneurship journey, and she just didn't like that. She was not a fan of she was more of the fan of the 9 to 5. Luke, I just want you to come home and chill with me on the couch. And like, unfortunately, that's just not how my brain worked. And I needed to do something to make a name for myself. So she didn't get to see really the fruits of it because at the end, actually, this is kind of funny. So I tried so many different things, online fitness coaching, videography, and like it just nothing really picked up until at the very end of our relationship, of our marriage. We were married for a year. We tried everything. I got advice from everybody. And at the end, it was like, I would rather see her happy in the future with a husband and kids, and I wouldn't have any regrets. So that's why I pulled the plug on that. Now she's happy, like super happy. But at the end, this is what she told me. I invested with you like the day after I called it quits. This was around December of not last year, of basically a year ago. I invested with you, and then she called me and she was like, Luke, I just heard you invested with another mentor. I want to make sure I'm off all your financials. And I was like, oh, don't you worry, you're off everything. And from that, I just had a fire lit underneath me to make it work. Her family didn't really believe in me, like that I would do it, like all this kind of stuff. So I have like a fire lit underneath me to succeed, whether it's just, I'm not even proving it to myself. I'm not proving it to anybody. I don't need to prove it to anybody now. It is what it is. I don't need to go, oh, I did this. No, but it's like, it took 1 year. It took 1 year. So
And the thing is, you never slow down, right? Like you just went all in, and now you're out here, like you're out here proving it to the people, and like, dude, more so, you're proving it to yourself, which is freaking killer. But you got the Rolex, you took your mom to vacation. Like, show the Rolex, bro. Look at that thing. Look at this guy. My guy is a savage. Let's go, guys. Like 200K a month buys you anything you want, and so it's crazy. But you took your mom on vacation. How'd that feel?
that was the best thing. I listened to a song, Manifest by Russ. I listened to that. Literally, that was my top played songs. I'll get you the screenshot after of how many times I played that song. Is kind of embarrassing. I listened to that song, and basically in the song it says, just got back from South Beach, Collins Ave Shore Club. Took my mom with me. Let her soak up all the sunshine. Let her watch her rain stop, all because her sun shined. Her sunshine, sunned me. I'm sunshine. And yeah, South Beach. So like Miami. I wanted to take my mom to Miami just from that song. And I did that. That was the best feeling. That was probably one of the best things. Like Rolex, cool. Going to Hawaii with my videographer, cool. But like taking my mom and my mom experiencing all that, everything that we did there, it was the best thing ever.
Let's go. And dude, now it's not even about yourself anymore, right? Like you got yourself taken care of. You got the new crib. You got a sick crib too, right? They got the Rolex. You got your mom on vacation. That's a good feeling, man. That's an amazing feeling. Like, what now? Like, what's next for Luke? Now that you hit 200K a month with the freaking hybrid method, you're absolutely crushing it. What's next for Luke? What's 2025 have in store for Luke?
I have an operations consultant onboarded with myself, like within the team. Like, this is going to be full legit business, like trying to get Luke out of being the face, which is the craziest thing, but fully ran business. We're gonna try that, but like that's later in the future. Like right now, it's like everything still has to be the face, like especially with like social media and everything. Going forward, honestly, like I don't have like obviously I have the goals. We're gonna do $1 million a month. This $1 million a month in 2025. Watch, and we have the team built out. This is a team of like 12 people, like behind behind the face and everything with client success, with appointment setters, with phone call setters, with closers, with VAs, with video editors, all this kind of stuff. You taught me the systems of how to scale with this. I implemented it and it worked. And then if I'll share this too, it started super local. And then you told me so many times, Luke, do not get out of St. George. Don't get out of St. George. Don't go out of St. George yet. You haven't even cracked the market there. And I listened to that. Even felt like longer than I felt like I should have, but I trusted the process, because then I go to another town and be like, oh, I already got 40, 50 clients here in St. George. This works here. I can implement it anywhere else. That's how we.
That's amazing, man. I love to hear. And the reason is ads compound, right? And so the reason when you crack a market, when you crack whether it's an audience and you go nationwide, or it's a market when you go locally, you just want to keep feeding that market. Right. And so that's where the money's made, when you keep hitting that market with different creatives. And one thing you did is you mastered the messaging. You realized what the messaging was for your offer, and you absolutely crushed it. And now you could take that messaging, the same principles, and literally go nationwide and make FU kind of money. Right. And so it's kind of like crazy, bro. I'm excited for you, dude. That's phenomenal, man. I'm stoked to see this. How's it feel? Dude, is it mind-boggling for you that a couple of years ago you were at Trader Joe's and now you're here?
Yeah. So 3 years ago I was working at Trader Joe's. Basically 3 years and a month ago I was working at Trader Joe's making 17, 18 bucks an hour. I was not happy. It was during COVID. I still had to wear a mask and all that. And yeah, it was a bummer. But I started working on the mindset development. The mindset is the biggest thing. If you believe this is going to work, it's going to work. If you believe, oh no, it's saturated with other videographers, other people running ads, it's never going to work. You're not going to succeed. Go back to the 9 to 5. If you believe that this can work, you can 100% dominate. I believe this worked ever since the day I first talked to you in the DMs and you gave me free advice.
Yeah.
From Instagram, I started doing more working at Trader Joe's. I took a leap of faith and went into door-to-door solar, full commission based. It was a grind, but it taught me a good amount for sales. And then from there, I got into all different types of sales, cybersecurity, software sales, IT sales. And then I went all in on videography and online fitness coaching at that time. So yeah, it had quite a crazy journey with it. But then once you find it, I threw a ton of stuff at the wall and I saw what stuck. What stuck was a videography at first. And then with ads, that was game over. If you're not running ads as a videographer, you will not dominate your town. If you want to dominate your town and become the best known videographer, easy. You have to run ads.
Yo, 100.
Sorry. Because there's going to be, I've seen this in this own town and I've seen this with other people in the space now. Ads done correctly. Don't try to go cut the corners. Oh, Boris is running ads. Oh, he's just telling people to go run whatever type of ads. No, that ad is 25% of what's going to get you the results. Other 25% is organic content, 50% in the DMs. You need to know all this. Don't try to cut corners to save a couple bucks. Go invest and you're going to make 10x that very quickly. Yeah.
That was an amazing interruption, dude. Interrupt me anytime when you have some fire like that. 100%, man. And I was just about to say, right? You mentioned earlier that it doesn't matter who the competitors are in your market, because you have a unique offer. There's no market saturation. You just took over and not a single human being was doing what you were doing, and you just took over. And then everyone tried to copy you, and they just couldn't. Right? And they even hit me up. They're like, hey, teach me what Luke's doing in your town. And I'm like, nah, bro. There's loyalty there. And so, talk about market saturation. If you have this offer, no one else is doing it.
Nobody else is doing it. People are going to try to cut. This is what's going to happen. Especially once you learn the hybrid model, people are going to start trying to copy what you're doing. And once they're trying to copy you, they're going to see just the ad. Then you're going to see them running a message ad. In a random, the script isn't built out. They're going to try to copy what they see on the front end of what's working. It's never going to work. I've seen it probably 4 other videographers in a town of 200,000 people here. It's so funny.
It's so funny, dude. And the thing is, I remember you hit me up and you're like, and I'm like, you're about to run him over. I was like, you're about to run him over. And you did. You guys, this game of business, straight up, this game of business is so competitive and it's so brutal that there's no feelings involved. It's straight up who has the most skills, who has the best offer, that guy wins every single freaking time, right? So it's like, it's a no-brainer.
I got a good thing though to see, because I'm helping clients too, close to like 90 clients, and I've seen it myself. But then also within people in your group and clients, especially if you're about to sign on and you want to succeed with this, your energy is everything. If you go in super just like mellow, like, oh yeah, we'll see if this works, like, okay, I'm going to run an ad, and you're very monotone in all your talk, I've seen it work. You could be doing way better if you're actually fired up about what you do. Show your personality off on your stories, on your feed. I learned this from, investing with you, investing with others too. Like, your personality is everything. Your energy is everything. So go in fired up, excited about what you do every single day, and watch that. Like, I've gotten many clients, they watch a YouTube video of me, whatever. YouTube's so killer. YouTube's crushed. But then also just people are like, Luke, I like your energy. I want to be around that. I see you show about your faith, being Christian, all this stuff. Like, I want to be around that. And I want you to learn from somebody like that. Energy's everything. If you're just monotone, like, don't drop the ego, be excited about what you do and watch it work.
Yo, I'll be very honest. There's days where I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to post on Instagram stories today. I don't want to. And then I go, and I swear this happens. I go like sit on the couch for like 10 minutes, and I go and scroll through stories, and I see my guy Luke already has like 12 stories up. I'm like, what am I doing? I get up and start posting some value, post client wins. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, your energy is infectious with those stories, man. I freaking love it. Every single day too. You don't miss.
Don't miss. You have to. It's just because your stories are a TV show with commercials. I learned this from Big Wes. Watson. Your stories are a TV show. People are going to your stories now for entertainment, because they'll watch the same people's stories over and over. You know what I'm going to post every single day. Some Bible verse, some maybe view, something at the gym, doing muscle ups, and then something else in client wins. You know the same thing, but people still tune into that over and over and over. But then throughout those stories, this is just gold. You put in call to actions. So it's like, it's a TV show. You have your entertainment, and then boom, it's a commercial. Instagram's like a TV show with commercials.
Dude, it's so free. That's so well said, man. Like, that's so crazy, man. I know we're approaching towards the end of this call. So what do you want to leave people off with? Like, what's the thing that you want to leave? One, like, videographers, like, what piece of advice do you want to leave people? One, who are on the fence of working with me. Two, who are on the fence of investing with themselves, whether they work with me or not, I don't care. But just like, what do you want to say to someone that wants to scale, but is just scared?
Fear will hold you back every day, and people will live their whole life in fear by never taking one leap at all. So, two things. Fear will hold you back regardless of... Fear will hold you back and will keep you stagnant year after year after year after year. I said, screw that. And I was like, what if it doesn't... You turn it, the thinking of, what if it doesn't work out? What if I give Boris all this money, I finance with him, I do whatever, and it doesn't work out? If you think it, you change that mindset from what if it doesn't work out to what if it works out better than you ever thought possible. And when I did that, everything opened up in my life. And I did that investing with you. I didn't have the money to invest when I invested with you. Financed it over however many months or whatever, and it seems to work out. You have to have your back against the wall to springboard back up. So if this is the thing, like, it doesn't matter if you go with Boris or whatever. I would just say invest in something to learn a certain skill set. The best thing at this point, ready for this? Okay. So this is where my brain goes. During the gold rush, sell shovels. Okay. And what that means is, like, this is kind of this is what you're doing. This is what I'm doing. This is what your videography clients are going to be doing too. During the gold rush, sell shovels, especially if you're teaching them local, or you're teaching them ads and how to run ads probably for their clients too.
Right.
Ready? During the gold rush, sell shovels. The first millionaire during the gold rush was selling the supplies for the gold rush rather than the guys actually mining for the gold themselves. The guys selling the shovels. We are selling the shovels. We are selling the supplies for the gold rush of Instagram ads as a funnel for leads for businesses. You were solving that. So you need to, like, it's either you're going to do this or your competitor's going to do it in your town. You need to be the first. So you need to go with Boris, especially if you're a videographer looking to run ads. You just don't know how to do it. Don't waste any ad spend. You want a time collapse. I'd rather spend however much it is to invest in something that will save me 3 months, 6 months of my time, a year, or 3 years of trying to figure it out myself. I'd rather invest for 3, 6, 12 months to expedite that process. Time collapsing, learn from other people's mistakes. How many times over the last year, Boris, did I ask you, hey, do I do this? Do I do this? Do I do this? And you're like, Luke, do not do that. You're going to waste time. You're going to waste money doing this. That saved me years on years on years. And that's why at 23, we can do $220,000 a month.
Let's go. I appreciate that piece of advice, dude. You're an absolute savage. And yeah, man, if you guys have any questions, you guys can find Luke. I'll have his Instagram pop up here. Hit him up, follow him. That guy's an absolute legend. And Luke, I appreciate you hopping on, and it's freaking go time. Let's crush it in 2025.
Yes, of course. Appreciate you, Boris. Thanks for teaching me everything. You've changed my life. So you better freaking invest, Boris. If you don't, your competitor will.
Hey, let's go.